Hi and welcome to Deefer Dive's YouTube channel. A couple of days ago I did a video on different types of jet fin that we have here in the shop. If you have been watching some of our previous videos, you'll know that I'm a bit of a fan of jet fins, and we had a couple of different types here to play with, so we took them out for a spin, and this is what we found. As you all know, if you all watched our previous fins video, which we'll link to below, I'm a pretty big fan of the Scubapro Jet Fin. Scubapro Jet Fin. Scubapro Jet Fin. Scubapro Jet Fin. We went out this morning into the bay and I had the blindfold on, and the guys put the fins on my feet for me, which was quite fun, and I had a bit of a swim around, and here's what I thought of them really. So, fin number one. Now, Gary, I think I know which ones these were.
Go on, which ones do you think they were?
I think they were mine because they felt the most. Yeah.
They were yours.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised with that because they felt, you know, like the bedroom slippers or whatever. They, you know, I'm very familiar with them. I like them a lot. I think I'll save what I really have to say about my fins to bring it in comparison with the others. Yep. Yeah. Fin number two. Will I talk a bit about them first?
Yeah. Say what you think.
Yeah. About them. Fin number two were my second favourite. I quite like them. They definitely lighter. Both these other fins were of a similar weight. They were both quite a bit lighter than mine, which did throw me off a bit finning backwards. I found the fins going up to the surface. But I'm pretty sure that would just be a slight modification in technique that you get in a dive or two. I didn't find them quite as comfortable. The foot pocket was a little bit more rigid, but they provided good power, good, reasonable rigidity, good for manoeuvring. I quite like them. Which ones were they?
So that's the Deep6 Eddies.
These ones. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can feel feeling here they are a more rigid material. They're considerably lighter. In terms of blade size, very, very similar. I think this lightness can be an advantage and a disadvantage. Traveling, they're going to, you're saving at least a kilo, I think, on the pair of fins, which is quite a lot. Do you think it would be a kilo? I think it probably would be.
I think it'd probably be easily a kilo.
Yeah. Which is quite a lot. Diving with rebreather, quite nice to have the slightly lighter feet. Much as I love the jet fins, in a wetsuit with rebreather, you are a little bit foot heavy in an inspiration anyway. Dry suit, obviously, it's a dream. So that means these were the number three. They were actually my least favourite of the three. I found them, they just didn't have the same amount of propulsion, amount of drive in them that the others. And I think looking at them, you can see the fin is actually quite a bit smaller. The blade is quite a bit smaller, and I think they are a slightly more flexible material than either of these. Having said that, they're all good fins. Like they all have that sort of jet fin feel, good for helicopter turns. I'm pretty sure I'd get the finning backwards down pretty quickly in these, just with a slight modification of ankle twist or whatever. So I hate to be predictable, but my number one would still be the jet fin. Possibly just, there's obviously a degree of familiarity in that. I'm very familiar with them. I do find the foot pocket in the jet fin really comfortable. It's quite soft, so that's a definite. This one has a harder foot pocket. I just found it slightly less comfortable. These ones somewhere in between the two. So an interesting thing I think to look at is going to be price. Now, we just went online and had a look at base prices that we can pick these up for now. You might be able to get them a bit cheaper, or they might even be a little bit more expensive in your local dive centre, but this is a good idea of price. So these XDeEP, they came in at the cheapest, $121, and while I don't really want to belittle them, they feel the cheapest to me. The three different fins are made out of three quite different compounds. with the Deep6 Eddies being the stiffest and hardest compound, the thinnest, obviously the lightest. The Scubapro Jet Fin being the sort of heaviest, rubberiest, softest compound, and this coming somewhere in between. But yeah, $121 for these. The XDeeps came in second, sorry, the Deep6 Eddies came in at $130, so very, very close. The Scubapro Jet Fin, a lot more, $169 we found these for. I think Scubapro would probably argue that the compound that they're made of is more expensive or whatever. I'm quite happy that they're most expensive because I'm worth it. But so that if that's, you know, we're not talking a lot of money. We're talking sort of $40 from the top to the bottom. It's a reasonable amount of money, but I mean, none of them are cheap fins, really. For me, as I've said before, I would go with the Jet Fin. Although for travelling fins and diving in a rebreather with a wetsuit, I would be tempted by the Deep6. If they had them in camo, I might be even more tempted.
They've got them in the perfect colour for you, John. Pink.
Pink, that'd be nice actually, yeah. No one would nick them, would they? Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of our content, please hit subscribe, and if you would like notifications about that, remember the bell icon. Thanks now, enjoy.